A few very important updates concerning your credit cards are happening right today that every older adult must comprehend before that upcoming billing document arrives soon. Several of these are changes which have already occurred, silently lacking any warnings for account owners. Others involve active legal disputes which strictly dictate exactly what you get billed for fees each month. Plus, one of these is a situation which has already badly damaged the financial ratings of individuals who were obeying every guideline properly. Folks who thought they were taking the correct steps since the rules shifted minus any alerts. Now, I am walking through each exact one with you. My name is Scarlett. I am an active lawyer focusing on legacy preparation. I have devoted well beyond a decade researching the monetary regulations that quietly impact the wealth of aging Americans every single year. But before we dive into today's credit card breakdown, I wish to inform you about something I compiled together expressly for the viewers of this channel. I authored a manual titled The Social Security Survival Guide: 7 Rules That Lenders, the National Tax Agency, plus Medicare routinely neglect to clarify completely. If you are 65 or above and you own a bank account, Social Security payments, or Medicare insurance, there is a huge probability that at minimum one of these rules is silently draining your funds at this exact second without you feeling conscious about it. This manual explains fully the $10,000 financial reporting mandate, plus the accidental mistake which gets your balance marked, the shared account choice which could leave your private funds vulnerable toward your offspring's monetary obligations, the IRMAA fee connected to your income from 2 years ago, plus the loan document which can overturn it, the received retirement fund cutoff which numerous households neglect to observe, WEP and GPO backdated compensation distributions, plus an overview regarding if some of those funds could be due toward you. 44 sheets drafted using normal words, designed using big legible print alongside precise 2026 numbers inside. You shall locate the hyperlink resting inside the details area. Next, let us dive toward the credit card rules, which are currently changing during this time frame. Subject 1, the $8 delayed penalty maximum, what truly occurred and exactly how things presently sit. Let me start concerning the tale which has kept unfolding for slightly beyond 2 years and which hit a significant fresh phase right during the previous week. You might have stumbled upon certain headlines at one time regarding the authorities attempting to limit credit card tardy charges toward $8. This suggestion originated via the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, previously during March of 2024. The logic appeared obvious and straightforward. Our nation's largest credit card providers have been gathering $30 upon your initial delayed transaction, plus as high as $41 upon subsequent delayed transactions during that exact calendar year. Sums which the CFPB claimed stretched way past whatever it genuinely costs any banking organization to handle an overdue balance, plus were basically operating like a system for generating revenue. That $8 maximum got projected to spare domestic credit card holders approximately $10 billion on a yearly scale. Below is the reality regarding what ensued. Inside merely a handful of days, once the rule became fully official, the United States Chamber of Commerce, the American Bankers Association, plus a group of extra-corporate alliances initiated a lawsuit fight within a national courthouse situated inside Texas, claiming how the CFPB has operated beyond the limits regarding their lawful power. A national magistrate jumped forward and halted this regulation before it might become active. Next, when the newest leadership took control, the CFPB made an absolute turnaround regarding their stance. This agency, together alongside the financial sector groups, submitted a joint request begging the judge to eternally get rid of the mandate. During April of 2025, the overseeing magistrate approved this motion. That $8 rule is dead, pronounced lawfully invalid. The bulk of massive banking firms are currently demanding $30 for an initial late charge, plus $41 for every extra instance. Here is the update which surfaced this week. On July 7th plus 8th of 2026, a handful of economic reporting platforms announced how the CFPB has recently submitted a new demand regarding data about credit card delayed charges plus tardy transactions toward the White House Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs. A call for data remains usually the initial official action executed prior to a completely fresh legislative push starting. Economic analysts remain doubtful whether a secondary rule limiting late penalties could ever make it through, considering everything which has unfolded legally, yet the basic truth, showing the CFPB is restarting its analysis, indicates that tardy charges have not vanished from the legislative discussions. Thus, what might all of this signify regarding your finances now? That tardy charge is quite likely poised to stay anywhere between $30 and $41 whenever you skip a bill alongside any massive banking firm. That $8 limit is clearly not functioning. This fresh inquiry could eventually yield outcomes, or it might lead nowhere. Never presume any safeguard exists here whenever it has not become verified. One practical move today means you schedule automated smallest payments within each charge card profile under your identity. Not that full remaining amount, merely the demanded minimum. Taking action stops any delayed charge from ever occurring even during periods whenever you forget, travel away from home, or suffer some sickness. You keep total freedom to submit bigger manual contributions whenever you wish, yet that automated lowest remains your shield against one $41 punishment merely for missing a payment deadline. Plus, here lies one fact which many individuals totally remain not conscious about. When a tardy charge does hit upon your profile, pick up that receiver, call the digits stamped on the reverse of your plastic, then kindly request to get that fee deleted. Most groups of massive credit card providers are prepared to forgive an initial tardy charge upon any profile which has displayed a steady plus dependable transaction record. Zero hard interrogations, zero lengthy justifications demanded from your side. One individual telephone chat conducted using a peaceful plus polite voice. Such strategy pans out toward the user's benefit much more regularly compared to what individuals might assume, yet somehow the vast bulk of profile owners never place this ring. Subject 2. Healthcare bills within credit files. The misunderstanding which is currently destroying financial ratings. This next issue right here concerns healthcare balances, plus there remains an extensively believed myth regarding what modern rules truly dictate, which could be placing your financial rating into real danger while we talk. During recent times, you have probably spotted media headlines implying how healthcare balances are getting cleared off of consumer files completely. This perspective is merely somewhat factual, yet has become heavily misinterpreted among numerous folks. The void separating what individuals think this regulation handles versus what it actually addresses represents the exact spot wherein financial ratings keep suffering a blow. Let us stare toward the proper plus present reality of affairs. Those three biggest reporting agencies across our nation, Equifax, Experian, plus TransUnion, set up some optional internal rules rather than legislation enacted by lawmakers to cease showing specific categories regarding healthcare obligations on histories. Through these optional corporate rules, healthcare balances which an individual has entirely cleared away shall not keep on displaying upon their consumer file. Healthcare bills holding an overall sum below $500 shall never show upon that financial file. Healthcare bills which have hit collection yet remain younger than 12 calendar months shall never show upon that financial file. Next, pay close attention regarding whatever got kept outside this list. Healthcare balances equaling higher than $500, which stay unresolved, plus have previously sat longer than 12 months within collections, might definitely still display upon your consumer file, plus might definitely still inflict severe damage toward your FICO rating. Such corporate guidelines remain completely optional by their design. Zero national legislation rests backing these while forcing obedience. One rule from that previous leadership, which could have upgraded such safeguards toward real legislation, got knocked out via some judge inside 2025, meaning whatever shields presently offered for you stand purely since those agencies simply opted to uphold them rather than any legal statute requiring how they must act. One proactive move right now means visiting annualcreditreport.com. This domain represents our legally appointed authorized hub toward pulling those complimentary financial summaries. Retrieve one version regarding your data off every of those 3 agencies. Inspect every file, particularly seeking any marks connected toward healthcare obligations. Should you spot some healthcare debt mark surpassing $500, which you assume holds mistakes, which you feel could sit expired, plus which you had previously settled, you possess a lawful power to submit a challenge straight toward that specific agency. Submitting this complaint charges you $0, while that company remains lawfully forced to finish their review inside 30 days after grabbing your paperwork. Whenever you discover any clinical bill record which proves correct yet stays unsettled, handle resolving whatever exceeds $500, which has sat trapped inside collection over 12 months like your highest goal. Subject 3. Buy today, pay tomorrow platforms. The silent hazard growing toward your financial rating. This third update arrives like some unpleasant shock toward numerous senior citizens, since these tools mentioned got advertised toward our population like sensible plus uncomplicated substitutes against regular credit card products. Buy now, pay later apps exactly like Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay, plus PayPal. Pay later hand you an option to split apart any transaction across a set of tiny installments, frequently with 0 interest whenever that payoff time frame remains brief. During a huge period of months, one of those heavily advertised benefits regarding such services meant how the reporting agencies could never spot them. This truth is fully different. Starting during 2025 while extending through 2026, multiple of those massive buy now, pay later firms started sending user information toward both Experian plus TransUnion. Every instance you launch a totally fresh BNPL profile, there exists today a chance how it might show like a fresh deep search upon your financial history, while dragging lower the mean lifespan regarding your profiles. Whatever transactions you skip might get documented like overdue blemishes across your history. Keeping several active BNPL profiles concurrently could affect that total credit usage percentage. To anyone that has cautiously built some financial rating beyond 800 throughout the span covering multiple decades, this shift signifies a silent yet severe threat. Whenever your goals involve requesting up a property refinance, some house value advance, plus an automobile note during any time inside these coming 12 months, take a conscious step toward dodging launching any fresh buy today. Pay tomorrow profiles across that time frame. That blow toward your financial rating finds a habit regarding popping out during the highly problematic potential moment. Subject 4, credit card point schemes, plus that suggested legislation which might change everything. That fourth sector for worry focuses upon those charge card perk systems, wherein numerous elders keep quietly stacking up point totals alongside flight miles throughout a time frame spanning years, or perhaps entire decades. That credit card competition bill got officially presented inside Washington during more than a single instance, plus stays an alive topic for continuous argument. Once enacted, this rule might force massive plastic systems into granting merchants an option for sending purchase operations via some alternate rival transaction system, designed mirroring that method lawmakers utilized regarding debit card swipes previously during 2010. Lenders plus several related corporations possess adopted a stance: how should this act actually become regulation? Those swipe profits, which presently finance bonus offerings, might drop drastically, meaning they must react toward such decline through cutting down or entirely eliminating cash return deals, flight distance setups, alongside various user advantages. That bill stays unapproved. This is not official rule, although discussions regarding this have never ceased either. That actionable lesson deserving holding inside thought today equals this: whenever you stand resting upon some massive hoard regarding flight miles, plus gathered charge card credits, which you kept safely saving up toward a distant upcoming huge exchange. Recall completely how these rewards signify completely unprotected value. Your plastic provider maintains a written power throughout typical user contracts toward changing or slashing such bonuses during whatever moment they want, irrespective of what any pending law ultimately provides or simply cannot provide. Utilizing value out of bonuses you already stacked high, instead of clinging to them endlessly, remains usually a wiser strategy relative towards standing around, expecting some flawless payoff outcome, which might honestly never appear, placing this entirely unified into a transparent view. Below lies an entire recap regarding everything discussed now. Overdue charges across charge accounts persist in costing between $30 and $41, alongside many massive firms. That $8 limit got knocked aside via our judges while carrying zero active lawful weight. This CFPB initiated an updated probe concerning this tardy penalty problem during July 7th in 2026, though if this creates any significant new rule, waits quietly undiscovered currently. Build out automated baseline contributions upon each account you hold, representing one private protection. Plus, whenever some tardy penalty indeed shows upon your profile, dial that quick ring, then request courteously regarding it getting fully erased. Healthcare bills below $500, alongside clinical balances which have sat completely settled, stay out presently regarding consumer financial files, utilizing these agencies' optional rules. Yet unresolved healthcare obligations passing $500, which sit aged beyond 12 months, might definitely pop out, thereby inflicting harm. Go grab your free files via annualcreditreport.com, then perform a thorough inspection. Buy today, pay tomorrow tools. Possess started submitting user actions toward our reporting agencies, while launching multiple profiles plus slipping late covering bills could today alter your FICO rating via methods which seemed utterly not achievable earlier. Perk credits alongside distances currently resting within your profile remain valuable, bringing into action instead of hoarding, lacking some clear finish line. Before you leave, that material I discussed previously, the Social Security Survival Guide, handles 6 extra regulations which sit silently generating an effect regarding the wealth among senior citizens immediately today. They encompass that IRMAA penalty which certain watchers keep over funding, plus the loan document which fixes this, that shared banking mistake which places private funds into danger, that transferred pension fund cutoff which numerous households totally overlook, those financial tracking rules which stay broadly misinterpreted, plus those WEP and GPO backdated distributions which specific aging individuals stay eligible toward claiming immediately today. 44 sheets, drafted using simple plus legible phrasing, containing accurate 2026 numbers, packing each crucial factor inside of one lone accessible spot. That hyperlink sits waiting toward you inside this details underneath. Kindly share this forward towards someone near your circle that carries some charge card plus ought to learn what just shifted prior their coming bill drops into their possession. I am excited about catching you during our upcoming broadcast.